So today the chapter which we are going to discuss is natural calamity. So as the name suggests heading, natural calamities. It is an event which takes place in the nature and which brings a great loss to the environment. That means it brings great destruction to the environment, and it is all the reason is because of the natural causes. So these are not done by human activities, but it is through nature. So it includes earthquake, volcanic eruption, tidal wave, droughts and all. So this event, it takes place from the nature itself, which brings a great destruction and great loss to human life as well as the plants and animals. Now we have some natural calamities out here. The first one which we're going to discuss is earthquake. So earthquake, it's a violent shaking of the ground which occurs suddenly without knowing and without any warning. So what it does, it brings a violent shaking in the earthquake, which brings all major destruction to the property, to human life as well as plants and animals. So for the reason what makes this earthquake is because of the tectonic movements which takes place underneath our earth. So our earth is made out of many plates. As you can see here in the diagram, it has a layer of plates, one above the another. So these plates are at constant motion. So while in constant motion, sometimes what are the possibilities that these plates, they collide with each other, and it might cause breaking, cracking and fracturing of these plates. Now whenever these plates are affected, they are fractured, they are broken. From there, the energy which is stored within these plates, they are being released in the form of shock waves, which when reach at the surface of the earth, gives rise to earthquake. Now at the point where the rock are fractured, where the tectonic plates are fractured, that point is known as focus of the earthquake, and the point above the ground. Now suppose we have a focus somewhere at the earth, and the point which is above the earth, straight above the earth, at the surface of the earth, it gives rise to epicenter. Now this earthquake is very dangerous. It is very powerful as well. It brings destruction everywhere, and it destroys people nearly wherever is the epicenter. Area around 1,000 kilometers, people living in area around 1,000 kilometers, people are affected because of this earthquake. Now we are going to see some of the causes of destruction of earthquake. Now some of the causes, destruction, as we all know, it will mainly affect human life as well as plants and animal. Now whenever this earthquake is occurring in the ocean area, it gives rise to tsunami. Tsunami is also a natural phenomenon which brings destruction because of the waves. So we will be discussing more the next page. Then after earthquakes occur, sometimes there is possibilities that aftershock may also occur. So aftershock is a small earthquake which usually occurs after the earthquake passes, may take place for 1 to 2 days or for few days. Now we also have an instrument that is known as seismograph, with the help of which we can measure the intensity of earthquake. So earthquake is measured in a scale that is known as Richter scale. So the scale is between 1 to 12. So if the earthquake is very violent, like till date the measured Richter scale is about 9. So that means at 9 it causes a very violent destruction. So the scale is between 1 to 12. After that we have tidal waves. So this is the tidal waves that occurs in the ocean are also known as the tsunami. So main reason for tsunami, as we discussed earlier, is because of the earthquake. So tsunami in Japanese word means harbor wave. Now the waves travel thousands of miles. They have a speed of 800 kilometer an hour. So it's a very high speed. So whenever this tidal waves, which rises at the height of 30 meter above, whenever it reaches the coastal area, it brings very much destruction. Next one is volcanic eruption. Now volcanic eruption, usually there is a small opening on the surface of the earth from which all the heat, all the magma and lava which is present inside the earth's surface is erupted. This is known as a volcanic eruption, and from there not only heat, magma and lava are released, sometimes some gases are also released which are very harmful to the environment, which are very toxic gases like your carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide and carbon monoxide. It brings a great loss to the environment. But when we see volcanic eruption also also has some positive sides. So new lands, new areas are created because of volcanic, because the volcanoes, the magma which is released from the volcano after it comes off, after it is erupted, it is known as lava. So when the lavas are cooled down, from there new hard rocks are formed. So after volcanic eruption, new areas, new landforms are also formed. But because of the destruction it brings, it causes a great loss to human life as well as animal life. Then after that we have floods. Now floods is an natural phenomena which is usually observed in the plains area. So because of heavy rainfall, what happens, the rivers and all, they might overflow and water gets accumulated in the land. So water is not able to flow. So because of that, areas are usually submerged in water. So as you can see in the diagram, usually this kind of things are observed in plains area. So in hills we don't observe flood. So flood can also be observed in coastal areas. So whenever water reaches the higher level, so this floods also brings a loss of destructions. So human life as well as their properties, plants and animals are affected. And not only that, it also brings some of the diseases because of the rising level of water. It also brings some of the diseases like malaria, cholera, typhoid and dengue. Now after that we also have another natural calamity, that is drought. So drought refers to scarcity of water. So there are some areas in India still now which they are usually affected by drought. So usually what happens, the area, they usually suffer very little rainfall or no rainfall. So during the monsoon season they do not have rainfall, with the help of which plants and animals living in this area are suffering. So as you can see in the diagram, because there is no water in the land, all the water, it gets either evaporated because of scorching heat, and because of that the lands have, as you can see in the diagram, this is how the land looks like, where the which area is suffering from drought. So because of no rainfall, no vegetation can be grown out here, and plants and animals living here will be having a tough time. Not only animals, even the human beings, because they won't be able to find water close to them. So they have to travel a long area. So they have to travel miles and miles of distance in order to collect water. So this kind of drought is observed usually in area which is usually very much hot. So with this we end the chapter. So I want my students to do fill in the blanks, choose the correct answer, and question number 4, answer in brief. Thank you.